clickety clack, along main lines, rickety track.
She whispers softly in my ear,
just to say your last name.
Just find a place to make the sentiment easy.
that's just the way it is. Sit down, see when things could only get better.
Yet the same in so many ways.
I no recollection of the last time I came here.
But if we get much closer, I could lose control. And if your heart surrenders, you'll need me to hold.
I wouldn't be myself without you. Take a piece, take a picture of me. I don't care what happens, see, 'cause I know I'm happy.
Hello everybody, and welcome once again to Kandu Arts for Sustainable Development's open mic for open minds. My name is Brian Reid, and this is episode number 75. 3/4 of the way to 100. Which is pretty crazy when you think about it. This means that the pandemic, the open mic, which was formed to keep us connected during that time when we couldn't be connected, is still going. And it's been an interesting journey. It's been really punishing. It's been really interesting, and really boring, frustrating, unhappy, miserable, lots of false dawns and chances to hoping to like sort of escape to some kind of normality, and then being dragged back rudely as the pandemic takes another turn. But I feel like we did cross a Rubicon this weekend. Unlock Reset Festival in Chippenham went off with a few hitches here and there, but no way was it ever going to be derailed by whatever complications arose. I personally went to quite a few events, and there's quite a few events I didn't go to though, because you can't stretch yourself to everything. But I had the huge pleasure to be involved on Friday night at the Old Road Tavern, and on a Saturday afternoon at the Social Hub of Positivity. I never managed to get to the Flying Monk, but I heard they had a good session. And of course the open mic for the Old Road returned on Sunday night with a very lovely and feel good situation, with a really welcoming audience, lots of great performers, new people who'd never been there before, which is what the whole thing's about. So absolutely proud and stoked to have been a part of that, and so happy that we've managed to get through it. Now, I suppose the question must be, do we want to carry this on? Do we want to keep doing this? Do we need to mutate and change to move forward? With the new reality, as people are sort of like gradually filtering themselves back into normal circumstances, getting used to sort of going out or going to functions and what have you. Is there room for an online a celebration of what we do? And I think yes, there is room. We just need to look at the format. We need to think about how we want to play this. But I think there's such a fantastic archive of performance and experience that we've put together over the last year and a half, that it would be a tragedy to just let that slip away and not reuse that material and not get it out there. But I'm sure that Kandu have a plan, and that plan will come to fruition. And when I know about that plan, I'll let you know. But right now, I'm just like everybody else, waiting to find out. But it's been a good wait. It's been a good wait. It's been a good wait that that we've been able to share with some good people, and we've done some good stuff, and that makes me feel happy. And I particularly want to say thank you to some of the people that came up to me this weekend and said, I know you. And I sort of looked at them thinking, well, that's very nice, but I'm terribly sorry, but I have no idea who you are. But they know me because they've been watching this and they've been listening to me do my thing for however long it is. Yeah, so that's quite a weird feeling, being recognised for your pontification. but it was really good, and very interesting, and always live from. And it's always beautiful when people come up to you and say, hey, I really like what you do, or listen to you and stuff like that. So it's been so much fun. And yesterday afternoon particularly was a nice, very chilled out, like sort of like a dessert course with some beautiful music in a chilled out atmosphere, and plenty of people there to enjoy it. So here's to more. Here's to another open mic. The return of the open mic. Here's to hopefully the opportunity to reinstate the open mic for Open Minds as a live event with actual people there. Because we only did 2, but they were absolutely fantastic, and we want to reach that. We want to catch that. We want to capture it again, and keep doing it. So for those of you that have followed us all the way through, thank you. Don't stop. We're not finished yet. We're just going to find a way to go forward. But in the meantime, we're going to keep putting one foot in the front and the other, and getting up every morning and facing the challenge. And that means that those steps are taken automatically. We keep going forward. All right. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your attention. And now let's see what the open mic has to offer. Thank you very much. Take it away, you open micers.
This is a really short song that I wrote for a friend of mine, and it is really short. Kicking tracks in the pavement, singing songs with my friend. The sound system never sounded as good as the night we spent insane. There were ceilings on the mirror, a whole world to ignore, to drink aloud so high and almighty. My friend in the bar passed me the guitar. He passes on and we sang sweet melodies in black and white. Only the lonely would drink loud so high and irresponsibly. It's Loud and Wainwright, it's Hank 3. The song I've lifted and sing along. The kids doing stuff that you could only dream of. He spills a drink with my guitar.
This is another original. It's called Harp of Bones. wish it set aside our anxious minds. Your words are so unsavory, they take away my dignity. Don't catch my breath, I'm fine, just left. I'll try my best to look refreshed. Take the burn straight from my chest. Make strings from my torn out hair. Play a song so very rare. It speaks, it speaks, it speaks for itself. It speaks, it speaks, it speaks for itself. Predatory sighs, can't find a gap to sink into the night. Displace kindness with words I recognize. Uncomfortable delight. Damn this endless night. Your words are so unsavory, they take away my dignity. Don't catch my breath, I'm fine, just left. I'll try my best to look refreshed. Take the burn straight from my chest. Make strings from my torn out hair. Play a song so very rare. It speaks, it speaks, it speaks for itself. It speaks, it speaks, it speaks for itself. It speaks, it speaks, it speaks for itself.
We're out of here, the path is clear. We've got no fear, slip up a gear. We're out of here. We've reached the day, we've found the way. Hear what I say, let's go make hay. We've reached the day. It's healing, it's freedom, it's war. Well, here we are, you and me together. Didn't think we'd have to go this far. The we found the way. Hear what I say, let's go again, we've reached the day. This feeling is healing, it's freedom, it's war. Today, hearing all that holds true on the way, the lies from the low life and orange-faced men. Here is the message that them that we send. Get out of here, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here, get out of here. Get out of We're out of here. We're out of here. We've got no fears, live up the gear. We're out of here. We've reached the day. We've found the way. Hear what I say, let's go again. We've reached the day. This feeling is healing, it's freedom, it's war. It's feeling, it's healing, it's freedom, it's war.
I'm not a bad lass, me. I'm just really naive. I served time for crimes my mates did. Still, I was off the streets. I'm a drug eater, I want to get clean. I'm sorry I stink. When you've been homeless as long as me, mates get sick of you using their showers even if you pay them. Thank God for public loos. I can get a bit of a wash there. I had a rough childhood, me. I was bright, I liked art, but sport was seen as cooler. I used to wish I was good at sport to fit in. I was bullied at school. All my family beat me and called me names. The names hurt more. I was sensitive. I started self-harming. I even got beaten for that. My family were ashamed of me. I was told I had to get a job or go to college when I left school. My parents wouldn't let me go on the sick. I couldn't face college as some of the school bullies were going, so I got a job. I tried retail work, office work, factory work and care work. I was sacked from most of the jobs as I hadn't got any common sense. I was even bullied at work. At 42, my boss told me to see a doctor who diagnosed depression. The doctor said more help was available back when I left school. Now, he could only prescribe antidepressants. Antidepressants don't work. I thought street drugs did. I thought the druggies accepted me, but they just used me. Homelessness is hard. Still, it's free from bills. I lost 3 fingers on my right hand to frostbite. I can still use that hand though. Thank God for the homeless charity who provides a meal. Homeless people are excluded from society. One lass put me up for a night though, not long ago. I used her internet and I found that addiction stems from childhood trauma. I had a flat, but noisy drinkers conned the way in and kept scrounging me money off me. I was evicted. I still owe rent to the housing association now. The council won't house anyone with housing related debt. If I had a flat, I'd pay my own way, doing work that I love, art. I've now learned the errors of my ways. I wasted my talents up to now. Sensitivity is a good thing, and stigmatising mental health is just ignorance. If I ran the country, offenders would go to places with trauma-informed staff. The offenders would be given a chance to heal. Their inborn talents would be brought out to enable them to become productive members of society. Using our talents means that we can live, we can learn, and we can love. To me, living, learning and loving is the meaning of life, the end.
Hi. You're right. It's me. I'm back. I've been away from Chippenham for so long that literally one person knows who I am to start with, so I'm back is kind of a weird way to start, I guess. I'm Tim Ledwitch of fame. I'm not famous at all. So I'm going to tell a story, which is what I do. They rhyme, so they're technically called poems. That's how if I could play guitar, I'd do it that way, but instead, this is just a way to talk about stuff that I want to talk about. So yeah, this is what I do. And this poem is called 12 Red Roses. It's the best kind of story, which is one that's deeply sad until it's 10 years later and then it's funny again. So yeah, here you go. I caught my first taste of love when I was 17. Her name was Rowena. I have not looked it up, but I'm pretty sure it means goddess in something. She had these soft brown eyes that sparkled into starry nights every time she smiled, and when she laughed, she could make a Tuesday feel like a Friday. Because on Tuesday, she sat next to me in history, and we talked about everything except the Weimar Republic and Nazi Germany. I'm pretty sure that she is the reason that I got a B, missed out on my spot at Durham University, but she taught me more by accident than the school ever did intentionally, so I can't say that I hold it against her. She was beautiful, like an autumn day reflected in the eyes of someone who was looking at it in just the right way. Now, obviously, I did not ever tell her how I felt. I was 17 and scared of everything, but nothing so much as rejection. See, rejection was a kaiju. It would chew up my sad scraps of self-esteem for breakfast and burp back up the worst possible version of the person I believed myself to be. Better torture than that. So I locked it away like a troll rattling the bars of my ribcage, along with Charles Bukowski's Bluebird and the sinking realization that I would never amount to anything more than a strictly average man. Like any coward, I convinced myself I was waiting for just the right moment and then prayed it wouldn't come. Unfortunately, I grew up in England, a country so formal that just the right moment is literally printed into a calendar. Look it up. It's February 14th, Valentine's Day, because you can't say, hey, I've always loved you on February the 15th. That's not romantic. So on February the 13th, I went down to the only florist in town and picked up 12 long-stemmed red roses from a husband and wife who made life look like art in the way that they arranged it in a vase. They asked me if I wanted a card, and I asked them to write it for me because she knew my handwriting from copying off me in history. She got an A, by the way. The card read, Ro, I have loved you for too long for you not to know. Happy Valentine's Day, kiss. You don't write your name in a Valentine's Day card. That's not romantic. The next morning, I drove out to her village and left her outside of her front door in the first rays of dawn's dawning, then drove home, failed to sleep, had a shower, got dressed, realised I was late, ran to sixth form, undid all of the previous good work. As I got there, my heart was beatbox banging around my chest like somebody had left something very important unlocked. I walked into the common room and there she was. Now, most days she was beautiful by accident, but that day, oh, That day she had dressed to fall in love. And she was kissing the boy who claimed that it was him who bought her flowers. I mean, it's funny now, right? Fair play to that lad. Cast iron spine in a way I never had. Lad who knew how to take an opportunity and own it. Lad who knew how to act at just the right moment. As far as I know, she still believes it was him who bought her flowers. And I will never tell her different. Because that was her first taste of love. And it was perfect. I would never ruin that with something as ugly and self-serving as the truth.
Charts and facts and figures and instructions for dancing, but I love it when you read to me and you can read me anything. The book of love has music in it. In fact, that's where music comes from. Some of it's just transcendental. Some of it's just really dumb. But I love it when you sing to me and you can sing me anything. The book of love is long and boring and written very long ago. It's full of flowers and heart-shaped boxes and things we're all too young to know. But I love it when you give me things and you ought to give me wedding rings and I love it when you give me things and you ought to give me wedding rings.
Last night as I lay dreaming of pleasant days gone by, me mind being bent on rambling out while and I did fly, I stepped on board a vision and followed with the will, till first I came to anchor at the cross of Spansel Hill. It being on the 23rd of June, the day before the fair, when Ireland's sons and daughters and friends assemble there, the young, the old, the brave and the bold came their duty to fulfill. at the parish church in Cooney, many miles from Spancel Hill. I went to see my neighbours to hear what they might say. The old ones were all dead and gone, the young ones turning grey. I met with the tailor Quigley, he's as bold as ever still. He used to make my breeches when I lived in Spancel Hill. I made a flying visit to my first and only love. She's as white as any lily, as gentle as a dove. She threw her arms around me, crying, Johnny, I love you still. She's Nell, the farmer's daughter, and the pride of Spancel Hill. I dreamt I held and kissed her, as in the days of yore. She said, Johnny, you're only joking, as many's the time before. Now the cock, he crew in the morning, he crew both loud and shrill. I awoke in California, many miles from Spancel Hill.
Let's talk about happiness. What makes you happy? Getting up early in the morning, seeing in the sunrise, listening to the cock crow, waking up next to the warmness of your partner. So many things to be happy about. But what really floats your boat? It's got to be the big stuff, ain't it? You know, but you can't do the big stuff every day, because it's too big. So you've got to concentrate on the small stuff. I don't know, maybe it's like, you know, pennies taking care of pounds. And when you get down to it, if you can cultivate it, then at least you've got a shot. You can't legislate for a one-way train or an act of God, a lightning strike. Alright, that's sheer bad luck. But you can just celebrate having made it through the assault course, through another day. You ever walked a mile in another man's shoes? It's a lonely mile in ill-fitting boots. You ever tried to see somebody else's point of view, give a little understanding instead of the barbs of dismissal or envy, seeing the other guy's side? Maybe the final part of happiness is humanity. I think the goodness you send out in the world comes back to you. It might not come back when you want it to, but it's definitely coming, because it's a boomerang. Okay, so if you're watching this, that means that this open mic has now come to an end. I mean, this particular episode, apart from the regular message from our friend and leader, Mr. Ed Deedigan. But if you'd like to be part of this, you'd like to get your work captured for posterity or for the edification and entertainment of others, then you can do so by sending your contribution to us at openmic@kandu-arts.com, and that should be right there now. Okay. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce you to my good friend and buddy, the indefatigable Mr. Ed Deedigan. Thank you very much.
There's a love song to set us free. Too many people die, everything's turning the wrong way round. I don't know what life would be if we stop dreaming now. Lord knows we'll never clear the clouds. You've been so busy lately that you haven't found the time to open up your mind and watch the world spinning gently out of time. Feel the sunshine on your face. It's in a computer now, gone to the future, way out in space. And you've been so busy lately that you haven't found the time to open up your mind and watch the world spinning gently out of time. Tell me, am I dreaming, or are we out of so busy lately that you haven't found the time to open up your mind and watch the world skimming gently out of time. Tell me, are we dreaming or are we out of time? Out of time. Out of time. Just like those poor souls at that airport in Afghanistan. Well done, everyone. What a bag of that is.